Hello and welcome again to this Viewpoint Election Special. This is the fourth one that we've done in this election weekend across Europe. My name's Beaumont. Thank you very much for joining us once again. What a day it has been. Ireland, they've spent their day voting. They'll be voting up till 10 o'clock. Their results will be tomorrow. And I doubt that their results process will be anywhere near as chaotic and as hectic as today has been for the UK. However, I think a week is a long time in politics. Just think what 24 hours have done. The past 24 hours have been mind-blowing. I mean that. Mind-blowing. Let me run through the headlines. 10 o'clock last night, literally as the BBC 10 o'clock news and ITV's news at 10 were going to air. Out on the wires, James Purnell, Work and Pension Secretary, resigns. And that starts a process that literally has taken us through 24 hours almost of almost complete unexpected mayhem. It has been busier than, it has been more chaotic than any other time I can ever remember in British politics. I mean that. We get a few results overnight. Bristol goes to the Lib Dems. They're pretty happy. The Conservatives hold on to two councils that were practically already theirs with increased majorities. And then it all starts hitting the fan. This morning, John Hutton, Defence Secretary, resigns. The cabinet reshuffle, which we weren't expecting that till Monday, that gets underway today, and we'll go through that in a bit as well. Jeff Hoon, Transport Minister, resigns. Ian Gibson, the MP for Norwich North, resigns. Caroline Flint, the Europe Minister, resigns. Labour, they end up losing 4 councils. The 4 councils they were defending in this election, they lose them all. They lose them all. The Conservatives end up gaining about 6 councils. And doing very, very well in them. Some switching straight from Labour to Conservative, including Derbyshire, which was one of the safest Labour councils going. Gone to the Tories. The Lib Dems, as I said, took Bristol last night, but today they lost Devon and Somerset, both to the Tories. Independents and the minor parties, well, patchy, I think, is the best way to describe their success. In Cornwall, that we have this massive block of independent councillors, 32 of them. The third biggest political force behind the Conservatives, who have 50, and the Liberal Democrats, who have 38. Cornwall is one of those that is hung. There's no overall control. The only other party to get a councillor there, maybe in Kernow, 3 of them. Labour, wiped out. 0 zilch zippo. Other parties, BNP, barely did anything. UKIP, barely did anything. Respect, many others. English Democrats picked up a mayoral election. biggest success they've ever had. But that's it. But they'll take that. So, yeah, there's a bit of a pickup, but it was patchy. Some areas, they were almost completely wiped out. Other areas, they did really, really well. So, as a result of all this, when we looked at the sort of the share of the vote, projected national share of the vote, we discovered that Labour had gone down 1% on last year's record low of 24%. It had gone down to 23%. The Conservatives, who last year did 44% really, really well, all of a sudden they were down to 38%. They'd lost 6% of the vote. Liberal Democrats had gained about 3%, and the Independents and other minor parties have picked up about 4%. Interesting to see that whilst the headline of Conservatives gaining 6 councils was really impressive, the underlying trend is that they've been hurt by this whole MP's expenses scandal as much as Labour have. The fact that Labour were in a low position anyway, they were working off a record low, they couldn't get much worse. They did get a little bit worse. But no, it seems that the Conservatives took a bit of a hit, especially in areas where MPs had been sort of highlighted for their expenses claims. So, with all that against him, Gordon Brown went before the press just before 5 o'clock and basically said, no, I'm not standing down as Prime Minister. I'm going to fight this out. And he's got a chance. If he can survive the next week, he's got a chance. He's got a chance of making it all the way through to next June. Because if you're Gordon Brown, you're not going to call the election before next June. Not if you can help it anyway. Still, he will have to face a by-election, or Labour will have to face a by-election in Norwich North. And that will be quite a key test. For the Conservatives to win it, they need to achieve a swing of 6%. Now, in a general election, Conservatives will need a 5% swing to take away Labour's majority, and a swing of 7% or so to give them a majority of 1 seat. So, what happens now? Well, Ireland's results come out tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have coverage on here from tomorrow afternoon onwards. And then finally, Sunday evening, we have the all-important European election results. And that is going to be the really interesting time. They say a week is a long time in politics. The weekend could be even longer for Gordon Brown and for Labour. We'll keep our eyes on all of this right up to Monday, and in fact right through to next week, end of next week, because basically my thought is if he survives till the end of then, he's safe till next June. That's Viewpoint and our 4th election special. I'm Ian Beaumont. Thank you very much for watching us. Stay sharp, stay tuned. See you tomorrow for the results from Ireland. Goodbye for now.